What is up, guys? And I'm back with another banger video. And I'm back with the consistency. Yes, I'm back with the consistency. Now, this story time kind of took me a while to gather all my thoughts because I'm still wondering how this situation occurred. Today, I'm going to be telling y'all how one day I actually got held at gunpoint. And I understand, how did this conspire the way that it did? How did these things happen? And why are you even in these types of situations? I'm thinking the same thing, y'all. I don't know. I just get myself into crazy situations that I have nobody to blame but myself because I'm kind of stupid. So there's that. Also, well, I guess it's time to get into this video. Make sure you hit that like button and also go ahead and comment as well. And also, I see that you're here and you're here watching this video, but you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, and that's a pretty big issue because I feel like I'm posting content that you like. You keep coming back here. Why not subscribe? Be a part of the community. Also follow all my socials so that way you get more in tune and you know my life and stuff like that. You know, like I'll post a couple of Instagram pics or maybe I'll post on my story and you can see me looking better on there other than when I do story times. And also go ahead and just stay in tune with my community. Follow my TikTok, follow whatever you can that is of me. And let's not waste any more time. I suggest we get into this story. So as y'all know, I work at Starbucks. I explained this, I think, in the past on my channel before. I'm still working at Starbucks, kind of getting ready to quit, but I don't really have a job. I was hoping that this could be, my replacement for that. So, but fingers crossed, because you never know. Anyway, so I picked up a shift that was opening then one day. So when I was planning on opening one day, we open at 5 o'clock, but we have to get there 30 minutes before to set up the store and get everything correct and right per se. So that was that. And yeah, so I believe it was 12 o'clock, and usually there'll be moments when I'll get maybe a couple hours of sleep and then I'll be ready to go. And then as soon as my shift is over, I'll go home, take a nap, and just rock out. Also, I think I closed the day before, so that was kind of what put the pieces together that maybe I didn't want to be bothered. And at this point, I think I was cutting off all of my friends in this process that I've told y'all in the story before. If you haven't watched that story, go ahead and check that out. So as I was cutting off one of my friends before, I cut off one of these friends because I just felt like it was very much iffy with us. There will be moments when he'll not talk to me unless I talk to him, or we'll swipe up on each other's stories from time to time. I stopped doing it because he stopped doing it to me, and I didn't want a friendship to be one-sided. So I cut him off. Excuse my allergies. I know I sound a little bit drowsy right now, but excuse them. So I just decided to cut him off. I didn't even give him a goodbye message. I just said goodbye. Then I think 12 o'clock that night I get a text saying, "Oh, why are you trying to act like we ain't friends no more?" Because we're not. What are you not do you understand what just came out of your mouth? We aren't friends anymore. That's why I'm trying to act like we ain't friends no more. How am I trying to act like it too? I'm clearly showing it by apparently not blocking you. I guess that didn't give you much of an answer. So yeah, apparently I didn't block you enough. So anyway, I again say because we're not. And then he said, "But why though? I didn't do anything wrong." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you tonight. So go ahead and go on, mind your business, go to sleep, do something." And then he said, "Well, I'm in your apartment complex and I want to talk." What do you mean? You want to talk? I told you I don't want to talk. I have work tomorrow and I don't have time to be dealing with any type of bullshit that you're on. So, he then says, "Stop playing with me. I'll knock on every door until I get to yours." The way that my ass just froze up, because for some reason, yeah, he was gonna do it. He was gonna do it. He was one of those friends. Y'all know those friends I'm talking about, the ones who were hella just weird and just like overachieving when it comes to certain things. Yeah, he was one of those friends. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna knock on every door until you get to mine at 12 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, let me go ahead and get dressed and see what this dude want. And of course, I didn't want him seeing where I live just because. And also, I forgot to mention he's a little bit of a hood. So like, whenever he doesn't get his way, he usually like, you know, I was afraid he was maybe gonna call his boys, and then what if my mom answers the door and somebody harms them, or my sister or my father, whoever was in the vicinity was going to get harmed as long as they knew that I had contact with them. And I wasn't gonna have nobody put up for ransom. So how did I avoid showing them where I live? Well, I did the same thing I did, I think, prom night, where I explained it to you all. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. I jumped off the patio and I landed in, well, the thing is, like, here's how I do it, because a lot of people be thinking like, oh, you're crazy for jumping off the patio, da 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 da. What I do is like, I'll maybe throw something down like beforehand to like cushion the fall, so that way it won't be as like, you know, impacting. My knees still hurt that night, I believe. So I was walking over to his car, I saw where it was at, and I was walking up to it. And as I'm walking up to it, his car door unlocked. And I was like, what is you doing? But I didn't say that, so I was just waiting for him to, like, you know, I was about to say like, well, I guess I'll just sit here until he, you know, says something. Then he rolled down the window and then he said, get in. And I'm like, no, what the fuck you mean? Like, what do you want? So he says, are you serious right now? And I'm like, as a heart attack, I mean, what do you mean? Like, as a heart attack, like, yes, I am serious. What do you want? Just tell me what you want so that way I can get you out of here quicker. So he gets out of the car and then he tries to say, dude, I think we need to talk. And I'm like, well, when I needed to talk, it was gay and it was very weird. So what the fuck you mean? So he was saying, I just don't understand where like our friendship went wrong. And I'm like, honestly, me neither, but I'm not willing to solve this, and at like 12 o'clock in the morning we can reschedule it. And he's saying, well, you blocked me out everywhere, how else am I supposed to get out of contact with you? I think that's the point why I want to leave. So then he was saying like, why are you doing all this? Like, I did all this for you. Our relationship was mostly transactional, and we would just swipe up on each other's story from time to time, so it wasn't good. So I walk off because I'm just like, you know what? I'm not having this conversation with you this late at night. And so as I turn around and walk away, I heard, and it wasn't the car this time. The way I was envisioning it from my perspective, because I was turned away, and it kind of sounded like it kind of sounded like this. So I turned around and just straight up pointed right at my face, right here. So I'm kind of like in panic, and at the same time I'm like, my stomach is sinking down to like the bottom, deep down to the bottom. And but another part of me was kind of elated because I was like, oh well, I'm not really that opposed to dying. I mean, I pretty much, like, I'm depressed, like, I'm trying to, like, work through my depression. I mean, this will make it easier. But then I remembered one note that I'm so glad I didn't forget. I remember one note. So one note that he told me before, or like, yeah, like way before when we were like friends at the beginning, he let me know that he used to bring his guns with him, but he would never have like he would never have them loaded because of he would get caught at the feds. I mean, it would like prevent him from getting caught and stuff. And I'm like, regardless of it's being loaded or not, you're still gonna go to jail for having a firearm. You're 17. Like, I'm confused right now. Like, you're gonna get in. But I was all like, you know what? Go ahead and think what you think. Go ahead and think what you think. And with that note in mind, I put my hands down and my stomach rose back up to its normal way again. And I began to walk towards him. And then he said, don't move or I'll shoot. And I was all like, okay. And then I grabbed his hand and guided the gun towards my forehead, and I told him to shoot. I know like this sounds a little bit crazy and a little bit wild, but I just believe I've gotten more ballsy in the like nowadays than I was in the future. Because in the future, I would have ran away, zigzagging, doing all that shit. But I mean, me knowing that note and trying to call his bluff, I mean, that's the best way to like approach that situation. So I told him to shoot me repeatedly, and he was hesitating, and he wasn't even pulling the trigger, which kind of made me scared because I was like, what if it's loaded and what if I'm wrong? But just to test my luck, I grabbed the gun out of his hand and took out the clip. And when there was no clip, there was it was empty. Like there was no, like when there was no bullets in there, I just tossed the gun and it's the rest of it on the side. Y'all know what I mean. I tossed the weapon to the side. So when I tossed the weapon to the side, I walked up to him, and I felt even more ballsy since I called his bluff. I told them that you are not going to come near me again, and I want you to get out of here and get out of my life. And when I said that, he got in his car and drove off. And with that in mind, I had my phone with me. I proceeded to block him on Snapchat because, that's actually, I forgot to mention that note. That's actually how he found out where I lived, because he tracked my Snapchat location, which is very weird. And I recommend you don't do if you are willing to, like, just don't do that. That's just weird. That's just straight up weird. But anyway, he drove off, and I saw him stop for a little bit and rolled down his window and looked back. I guess he thought that I was already going to be on my way back to my house, so that way he could follow me and know which apartment I really live at. But I was like, no, I'm going to watch you exit my apartment gate and get the fuck out of here. So when he continued to drive off my apartment gate, I went back to my room, just letting this all process in my head, which really fucked up. I only got an hour of sleep that night, and I went to work the next day, and I just kind of acted like nothing happened. I was miserable. I was tired. It happens. It is what it is. So yeah, that was kind of it for me. I still haven't heard about or heard from him like since this day, I believe, which is actually kind of weird, but at the same time, it is what it is. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Show me your crazy stories too, if you do have them, which if you don't, okay, you could just do the normal shit here. Anyway, guys, I love you guys so much, and I'm out. So yeah, that's it. Bye.